Hello students, we shall continue with the critical appreciation of the poem A Prayer for My Daughter. In the first, we learned about we kind of read an introduction to the poem, and then we discussed the subject of the poem, and we are going to continue with the subject. Now, arrogance and hatred are the qualities of the common people. The aristocratic ways of life, on the other hand, are rooted in custom and tradition, which are the sources of all beauty and innocence. How but in custom and in ceremony are innocence and beauty born, ceremony's name for the rich horn, and custom for the spreading laurel tree. The poet wants that his daughter should be free from all hatred. If she is free from hatred, she shall be innocent and free from all evil influences. Now let's see the lines from the poem. If there is no hatred in a mind, assault and battery of the wind can never tear the linnet from the leaf. Now these lines from the poem kind of explains what we are saying. The poet feels that the intellectual hatred is the worst. It was because of the opinionated mind that Maud Gonne, the most beautiful woman, married a boor. The poet wishes that his daughter should remain free from the fanaticism of the intellect. The poet wishes that her own will and pleasure should be expressive of the will of heaven. She would then be happy despite all the storms of misfortune that may strike against her innocent head and the hostility of the world. An intellectual hatred is the worst, so let her think opinions are accustomed. Have I not seen the loveliest woman born out of the mouth of plenty's horn, because of her opinionated mind, barter that horn and every good by quite nature understood for an old bellows full of angry wind? He thinks that his daughter can remain innocent if she is free from the hatred and opinionated mind. The innocence is self-delighting, self-appeasing, and self-affrighting. The poet wishes her to be married in an aristocratic family of traditional sanctities and manners, governed by the customary laws of courtesy. The poem is a manifesto of W.B. Yeats' personal ideals in old age of settled life with a home and established status. The word ceremony is a key word in Yeats and in the books of courtesy. The last stanza is theoretically the most important part of the poem. And may her bridegroom bring her to a house where all's accustomed, ceremonious, for arrogance and hatred are the wares peddled in the thoroughfares. Now let's move on to imagery. The imagery of the poem begins with the image of the wind. The image is sustained, but its form is continuously changed. Thus, the wind, bred from the sea's murderous innocence, changes startlingly but convincingly into the wind of intellectual hatred. We shall carry on the same critical appreciation of this very poem in the next video. Thank you.